Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real.
Everyone, welcome to Reality Spirituality. Reality Spirituality. There's things going on right now as we speak. Woo! Welcome to the show. Welcome. I really, let me just calm down. Let me take a deep breath. Whew. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca L. Norrington. I am a self-proclaimed happiness specialist and inner peace practitioner. What does that mean? That means that I share with you what I've discovered, what I've learned over decades, how to experience more happiness along the journey, how to experience more peace along the journey. And when I talk about happiness, let me give you my definition. The definition of happiness, my definition of happiness is the ability to be at peace regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. The ability to be at peace along this journey. You know what happens, to be at peace regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. And we have things happening all the time, happening to us. Scratch that. Happening to, let me just start again. Sometimes I find I get so passionate and so excited about the content that I really need to calm myself down. Let's get back to the definition. So the definition is the ability to be at peace regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. And happiness is a practice skill. That's the good news. Anyone, if I can do it, you can do it. Happiness is a practice skill. Happiness is a state of mind. Happiness is a vibration. It's an energy. It's a foundation. It's an identity. You're standing in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. You're in a rowboat. You're standing in a rowboat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The waves are crashing. The wind is blowing. And you are settled, balanced, content, peaceful. That's what I'm talking about. The waves crashing, the winds blowing, the storm brewing, the waves tossing you. That's life. That's what life does to all of us, including me. That's what life does to all of us, and it never ends until we breathe our last breath. How do you want to travel? How do you want to travel through this life? I mean, you know that the storms hit. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is happiness in your life? On a scale of 1 to 10. And remember, when I say happiness, it's not anything that happens to you. It's nothing external. It is a vibration. It is the same as saying, I'm at peace, I'm content, I'm satisfied. All throughout the day, 24/7, 31 days in a month, unless you're in February, 31 days, 365 days a year. on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is being at peace in your life? That's a question that only you can answer. And what is your definition of happiness? Who or what is subtracting from your happiness today? Are you as happy when you're faced with life's inevitable challenges? I have a few yes or no questions. Can other people hurt your feelings? Yes or no. Can other people offend you? Yes or no. Can other people disappoint you? Yes or no. Do you blame other people for how you feel? Do you blame your circumstances for how you feel? Those are all yes or no questions that only you can answer. And if you answered yes to any one of those questions, guess what? This show is for you. This show is for you. I like to just give a really brief introduction at the beginning of all the shows. So for my regular listeners, they may just tune in 10 minutes into the show to hear the content. But I get new people, new followers every single week. I don't know how these people are finding me. All over the world, I'm getting new followers. At least 2 people are following you. 5 more people followed you. 1 more person followed you. So I like to give an introduction, a proper introduction. So this show, Reality Spirituality, which I'm waiting for my trademark right now, how to experience more happiness in your life. Why do you think happiness is so important? I mean, come on. When I say it's your identity, when I say it's your foundation, what are you rooted in? Are you rooted in complaining, negativity, worrying, thinking about the past, talking about the past, thinking about the future, talking about the future? So what are you rooted in? I mean, what do you want? And let me say this, that thinking when I say what do you want, and I'm not talking about a car, a house, more money, relationship, losing weight, or health. I'm talking about energy, talking about how do you want to vibrate? Steady, even, chill. When I say happiness is a practice skill, it is a practice skill, but what do you practice? What do you practice? The practice takes patience. The practice, you will reap the awards from the practice. And I'm saying that because, I've been doing this show for over a decade now. And I am not the same person as when we started. You're not the same person as last week. Let me just give you a short story. Well, before I do that, let me just stay with the introduction. One of the things I like to share on the show is you can look it up. There is a woman, a hospice nurse. Her name is Bronnie Ware, and she conducted a study of her terminally ill patients. She conducted a study, and she asked them what were their 5 biggest regrets. So these people have days to live, weeks to live, months to live. What are your biggest regrets? And there were 5 regrets that kept coming up. There were 5 regrets that were the most, that just kept coming up over and over and over again. So she narrowed it down. The study is called The 5 Most Common Regrets of the Dying. The first regret of the dying is, I wish I would have pursued my dreams and aspirations and not the life others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I didn't work so hard. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings and speak my mind. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Well, if you listen to the show, I'm going to put an asterisk by that one because, we outgrow people. When you grow, sometimes you don't have the same people that you had 10 years ago. When you grow, your circle grows. Anyway, and because let me just say this, water seeks its own level. If you're at a level years ago, level of growth is what I'm talking about. And the people that are surrounding you, if they're not growing, then it's called outgrowing them. Nothing wrong with it. It's very common. I have people that I've known since junior high, people that I've known since high school, and I've outgrown them. Do I stay in contact? Of course. Do I sit and have lunches with them? No. So that one, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends is just that's a thumbs up, thumbs down for me. Number 5, of course I'm not going to. Number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. And that's where we are today. I have questions for you. The topic of today's show is, let me get my notes, is resistance and hi Robert, and how can resistance work for you? Whew. Now, you've heard it. If you heard it once, you've heard it a million times. What you resist persists. What you resist persists. Another way to say that is whatever you run away from, guess what? It's waiting for you around the corner. There are so many opportunities to resist throughout the day. And it's a practice. My dear audience, it is a practice that when you stay on it, when you are conscious and you remain conscious and aware throughout the day, I'm telling you, I just had an example this morning. As everyone knows, I'm in Nevada. I'm in Las Vegas now, and it sure is different from being in a really teeny tiny town with 24,000 people in it, living there for 4.5 years, and moving to Las Vegas. I mean, are you kidding? There's no story behind it because it was all inspiration, but let me just tell you what happened this morning. 8 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. So here, this is going to sound really crazy. Getting the car washed in Oregon, first of all, there's really an interesting, especially when you're in a small town, it's really interesting. The people in Oregon, what I found is they really could care less if their car is cleaned because of the weather. You got the rain. If you see a clean car, the next day it's not going to be clean. So the priority, getting the car cleaned, and I'm talking about a car wash. In fact, there aren't any car washes where I live. Where I lived, it was a drive-through car wash. You know those ones that are automatic. You drive through and machine, and it never cleans the inside, and then you go. We had two of those car washes in the town I lived. No real car washes. So, anywho, in Las Vegas, it's totally different. Let me just get to the point. At 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, there was a gentleman who was supposed to come to the house and wash the car. I had the car detailed of a month ago when I got here, the drive from Oregon to Nevada. The car was filthy, probably about an inch of dirt on it. Anyway, got the car detailed. It hadn't been detailed in, years. Today, there was the same company that detailed the car was going to come out and wash the car. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. We confirmed it yesterday. I said I have a commitment at 9 o'clock when the show starts, when Reality Spirituality show starts. And guess what happened at 8 o'clock? Nothing. 8:05, 8:10, 8:15. Then I text him and I said, "Are you still coming?" And I didn't get a response. And finally, right before the show, in fact, that's just right before the show, I get a text. "No, I didn't mean Sunday." I kind of thought, "Why are you working on Sunday?" "I didn't mean Sunday. I meant Monday. Sorry for the confusion." The resistance comes in thinking that any moment or anything that you're experiencing needs to be different than what you're experiencing. Resistance is, I don't want what's happening now. I'm not into it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Something needs to change. Something needs to change in this moment. I do not like what's happening. Has anybody experienced that before? That they don't like what's happening in the moment? Anyone? I don't know about you, but that's how I lived my life. That's how I lived my life when I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and 50s, and sometimes in the 60s. Don't tell anybody. I didn't say that out loud, did I? But getting to a point where really letting go. That saying, let go and let God, what does that let go really mean? Let go, I see it as, I interpret it as, let go of the mind. Let go of the ego. Let go and recognize these entities that are saying, no, something needs to be different. Because in reality, if the universe is driving this whole ship, is steering the ship, not driving the ship, is steering the ship. I don't know how to say that even. I don't even know how to say that strong. The universe is steering the ship. The universe is in charge. Your resistance, guess what? Your resistance is a clue. Is a clue for you that you're saying, well, let me just speak for myself. Scratch the you. It is when I have resistance, it is a clue for me to go inside and say, you know what, why are you not going along with this plan? Why are you not flowing? Why do you think something needs to be different? Don't you trust? These are the conversations I have. I don't talk to people. I talk to the universe and the mind back and forth. The resistance is a clue. For me, it tells me, okay, what's really going on here? And let me share something that I haven't shared. This is really a good one. Oh, you're going to love this. So about 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned it on the show a while ago, and I said I had something that was happening, and I didn't want to share, but I'll share it now. Guess what? Guess what the global happiness specialist is going through right now? Well, there's more than one thing, but this is a good one. IRS audit. I remember my father was audited, and I remember it being such a big problem. He was audited, and then he was audited again and again and again. So, yes, I'm being audited, and I had listen, the resistance comes, the only reason for resistance, the resistance is because of something in the past, remembering something in the past or bringing up something from the past into the future. Because the only reason why I'm resisting or would resist an IRS audit is because of my memories about what my father went through. Otherwise, of course, you hear about it. Why would I get upset, be bothered, resist that? The truth is, okay, IRS audit. I already spoke. I've spoken to her, boy, and it's really intense. I've spoken to her twice already, the IRS agent. And each agent is assigned to one case. And I mean, it's grueling. The paper, the documents that you have to drag up, 2019, documents that you have to drag up and go back and remember, which I don't. As soon as when I got that letter, I looked at it, and of course, all of those memories flooded in. Father, IRS audit, don't play with the IRS. Who was that? Who was that mobster in Chicago? I think they got him. They didn't get him for killing anyone or laundering money, but they got him on his IRS taxes. Who was that? I don't know. It was a famous mafia guy. You don't play around. Ask Wesley Snipes. You don't play around with the IRS. I've talked to her. I'm laughing. I mean, what is the universe brought that to me. The universe gifted an IRS audit. Gifted it. It doesn't matter if I'm going to have to pay back tax. It doesn't matter. It's all part of a bigger plan, and I believe, especially since I'm a happiness specialist, they are telling me, hey, how does this work? So I can share with everybody, with as many as will listen, that I don't care what is happening in your life, health, IRS audit, money, it doesn't matter. The resisting of the circumstance is not only cause for the suffering, but the resisting tells the universe, this is my opinion, the resistance tells the universe, I'm not interested in what you're planning. I'm not interested in your plan, God. No, thank you. I don't want this. I know you're saying every opportunity is a gift. Every resistance, there is an opportunity to grow. I don't want to grow. I'm tired of growing. I'm done with growing. Can't I be done growing? No. I have never been so calm with I mean, of course, I've never been audited before, but the calmness. And when I say happiness is a practice skill, the practice causes the calmness. At least that for me. What you resist is waiting for you around the corner. Here we go. Let me ask you a few questions. And the answer is either yes or no. This is only the questions only you can answer. Do you trust that everything that's happening is happening for your betterment, also known as your growth, your spiritual growth, personal growth? Yes or no? Do you trust that the universe has always and will always have your best interest in every moment of your life? Yes or no? Did you know that worrying, do you know the cause of worrying? It's the only cause of worrying. How many of you out there worry? When I ask this question, everybody raises their hand. How many out there in the audience worry? Just raise your hand if you worry. I can see you. I can see you. Worrying is a lack of trust. A lack of trust. So what is that? What is your practice? What is your work? Don't think you're doing all of this by yourself. You are not doing all of this by yourself. All you do is develop a relationship with the universe. Or I know you already have one. If you're listening to the show, you already have. Ask the universe for help. Hey, universe, how do I grow trust? How do I have more trust? How do I let go of the mind? How do I recognize when the mind is speaking and the ego is speaking? How do I let go? How do I let go of those voices? Okay, the answer is you witness. You witness as opposed to identify. Let me get back to resistance. How many of you, and let me just say this. If you want to ask a question or have a comment, all you do is press the number. There. I have somebody. Okay, here we go. Area code 347. What's your first name? Welcome to Reality Spirituality.
Hi, my first name is Maribel.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello? You're live.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Can I hear her? I can't. Or him? Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Oh, I can hear you. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I lost you. Well, I guess I have to put you on speaker. I lost you. Okay, hi. What's your name?
My name is Maribel.
Marisol?
Maribel. Some people say Marisol,
Maribel.
but it's okay.
Hi, Maribel.
Yeah,
Hi,
it's
Maribel.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. What's going on?
I think for myself, it's kind of like, so over the year, I've tried to work with resistance, and like every time that I would attempt to manifest something, it's really a practice. I think I'm getting better at it. And so I'm trying to manifest a really great relationship, but it's like not the easiest, or like there's been just something, like I would script it all out so I could get focused, but there's something that's always like off about it. So I'm just wondering, from your perspective, what I could do better.
You know, I really thank you for that, and I love this question. So and let me just ask you a few questions if you don't mind. You're
Go
trying
ahead.
to. How old are you?
28.
Okay, and you're trying to manifest a relationship because I kind of want to have more fun in life with somebody else that I could share similar values with, and just, expand the greatness that is my life. So, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. And it feels like, and I don't know if I'm right, but it feels like it's more of a need.
Yeah,
am I right?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. So already this need thing, what I need. The universe always is supplying you in every moment what you need. So what you're telling the universe is, what you're giving me, what I have right now is not enough. I need more. Right?
Yeah.
And listen, sweetie, Maribel, and I'm only saying this because I've done the same thing. It's not enough. I need more. I want more. So, and the other thing, and this is one of my, and nobody likes to hear this. No one likes to hear it. You're not manifesting anything. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Let me say this, because I'm writing my second book called Program for Unhappiness, and this manifesting thing, thinking that this whole world is thinking about manifest, I can make something happen. We are spiritual beings in a human body, but as far as creating means something from nothing. And so these manifestors manifest an inch taller, manifest a cure for cancer, manifest a new planet. So I'm saying all of that because I am off of this manifest train. And you listen, people can say, yeah, I did this, but it's the mind, it's the ego that's saying I. Because your journey, your destiny has already been taken care of. You always have what you need in every moment. And the ego, the mind, will say, this is not enough. I want more. It happens to me all the time. Except for I know the truth. I have everything I need. So my thing with you, and I really appreciate you letting me go on and on about this, Maribel. But sweetie, you don't need anything right now, and the fun, all of that comes from you. See, you're at a stage where you say you need, so then you're going to attract someone that you need, that also needs. You follow me?
No.
Yeah. I mean, like attracts like. So my suggestion, I don't know what the hell I'm talking. My suggestion is to continue to look for, continue to grow, continue to do self growth. What challenges you?
What challenges?
Other than looking for, Mr. Right.
I think just being myself around a lot of people, like sort of just being free to be myself around a lot of people, because the people that are close to me, I'm very comfortable just being myself, and I want to be that way in front of everyone. But I don't know if that's like an unrealistic expectation either, because, there's like these things that, like these quotes that say, oh, nobody should really have access to your energy or whatnot. And I'm just like, okay, I'm confused. But
Okay. Wow. When you talked, I was getting all chilled up. And my son who's 37 is the same. Being yourself, which is the only thing I want from him. And when I say I want, he says, what do you want? Be yourself. That's the only thing I say. Nathan, just be yourself. And so because now we're getting into some real good stuff. And this being yourself in front and being relaxed to be yourself in front of people comes way before the boyfriend. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay, so being yourself, the only reason why we get embarrassed is because we care about what other people think. The only reason why I get embarrassed is because I care about, you're going to get to a point, sweetie, where you could care less what anybody thinks. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Are you interested in being yourself around everybody in the world? I mean, do you see, is that a goal? Is that an intention to be yourself in front of the whole world? Yes or no?
I think it's more to be comfortable with being able to do that as opposed to actually doing it. To have the thought like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I want to bring that person into my world, my personal world, and I can easily do that because I'm comfortable in my own skin, as opposed to like I want everybody's attention, because I really don't care about that.
No, not attention. I wasn't talking about attention, and not even acceptance. See, I don't even need acceptance from anyone else. Not really, but I can feel when I don't have it. But no, not about being in front of everyone else. But so when you describe the person that you want, you said something about fun and activities. My suggestion is to be and to do all of that and to start practicing enjoying your own company. How about this? This is what I asked myself. I asked this question. However you are in this moment, however I am in this moment, because I'm single, however I am in this moment, and I've asked, trust me, because I love your circumstances. It's so universal. And the universe, I said, well, where is the universe? And if he's not around, I've had I've had test runs, but and the other thing with the test run is you can find out in 5 minutes whether or not someone is compatible, if it's compatible energy. This whole dating thing for, 3 months or 2 months or 6 months, no. I could do it in less than 5 minutes with questions. And the questions are, would you like the questions?
Yes, please.
Okay. And the questions are, when you meet someone, a man, you ask them about their past relationships and a long relationship, and then you ask them, what did the other person, the woman, what were her complaints about you? What were her complaints about you? And then you get to know whether or not they are self-aware. You get to know whether they're honest. You also get to know if they are still blaming, because usually people always blame the other person. These relationships, there's a few women that I know that have relationships with narcissists. Well, they're always, every time I talk to them on the phone, they're talking about him, the narcissist. But see, I don't even know how I got on that track, but the narcissist is not the other person. You picked him. You picked him, and then you had children with him. So my point is, you, my dear Maribel, the more you grow, the more opportunities you will have to pick someone, and you pick someone on your growth level, wherever you are. And if you're needing something from someone, then maybe it's not a time to pick. Maybe it's just not the time.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's not the season.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And I know the other thing that the universe makes me do is this patience thing. I hate it. I want everything right now, just like you.
Yes.
But it's patience, trust, and then working on, and it's really not that relationship. It's about how to feel comfortable in your being yourself, like you said. That is the next journey, not the relationship.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I know. I hate it. I want what I want. Do you think if I was in control of my life that it would look like this? Hell no. Right?
Right.
So I have a question for you. If you had to choose your maybe your favorite luxury car, what would it be?
Ooh, luxury car.
Yeah, luxury, sweetie. Money's no object. Whatever you want.
I think I really don't know that much about cars, to be honest.
Okay. How about let's just put you in a Hummer. No, let's put you in a Mercedes.
I think it's fun. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. So, what's your favorite color? What would be your favorite color for a car?
I think like a nice sleek gray.
Okay, I like it. And you are in, and of course it's 4-door, so we have passengers. You are in the passenger seat of your favorite car. Gray. It's beautiful. Brand new. Smells great. Who's driving?
Somebody that I trust.
What?
Somebody that I trust. Like I can't point to a specific person per se. I'm usually
the universe is driving, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
And it will always be driving until you breathe your last breath. So your job is just to surrender in every moment and know and trust that everything that is happening is in divine order. Everything is happening in perfect timing, and just to relax and start enjoying. And the relationship that you're talking about is the relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
That's the one to nurture. That's the one to pay attention to at this particular time.
Got it. How do you reconcile, I guess, or make I feel like it's the ego really of like things should be this way, and
right.
like, you know, kind of pushing me to want to take action, take control. How do I sort of just calm that down so that I can have more trust in like the universe?
I love this question. I'm chilling up again, and this is what you do. You first of all, you start talking to the universe. Start getting your relationship with the universe, and saying, and then because I have the same thing. I got the same thoughts. I got the same ego telling me you're not doing enough. There's more. You know what? The other thing I wanted to share. You know, my thing. Why am I not more relevant, universe? Why am I not traveling all over the world with this show? No. So I totally understand. And what I do is I know the difference between the mind. I know it. It never changes. It never changes what it does. It always makes me feel like I'm not enough. I'm not satisfied. There is a vibration of satisfaction, vibrating satisfaction. So you ask, when you have you develop your relationship with the universe, number one. You have conversations all the time, number two. And then you ask the universe, how do I let go? How do I let go? How do I? You always ask, how do I? How do I develop more trust? You just in the morning. Hey, universe. Sometimes I go outside, hands up in the morning. How do I let go of? Scratch the how do I let go of. How do I trust? How do I surrender? All of the how do I, and then the universe will start working. Scratch that. The universe will start working. It's always working. You will start experiencing a shift, but the practice again. How do I develop more practice? Scratch practice. How do I have more patience? See, that's the thing too, especially at 28, patience, because you're not here to really do or accomplish, sweetie. You're here to be and here to discover self.
I agree. I do believe that. It's just pressing being.
Yes. Yes. And the other thing I want to say is what I do with this ego and these constant incessant conversations in my head. I put it on a stage. I put the ego on a stage, and I pretend it's a television show, it's a movie, it's a lot of drama. And you watch it as opposed to being in it. And also, this is a new practice. Take that word should out of your dictionary forever. There's nothing you should do, only what you're inspired to do. Nothing you should do.
Gosh. Yeah.
So you just ask, write your questions out. How do I have more patience? Let go. How do I trust more? How do I accept? Because really, it's not other people accepting you as you are. It's you. You, the person in the mirror, accept yourself. Accept yourself first, and then no one else is even involved. See, it's not the other people. It's really it's really the person in the mirror. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know. I hate that too. I hate looking in the mirror. It's horrible. It's the worst. I mean, I want to be more relevant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the universe told me, I remember when I first started the show, and, I'd look at the numbers and, only 3 people are listening, only 5 people are listening, and the universe told me, you know what the universe told me, Maribel? They told me, we're listening. Isn't that enough?
Wow.
You got this, sweetie. You got it. Call me anytime.
You so much.
Yeah, call me anytime,
Awesome.
and it's practice. It's a practice. Have patience and trust. And the ego.
I'll keep you updated.
Put it on a stage, sweetie, and just witness it. And tell it, and have a conversation. I have a conversation with my ego all the time. Oh, really? I'm that messed up? You got anything else? Other complaints? And boy, oh boy! But I already know that the voice. It's a TV show. It's not real. Nothing that the ego says is the truth. Nothing.
That's true.
It's a story. Okay.
Okay.
Anytime, sweetie, call. I loved your question. I loved your openness, and I can feel you. You're processing, but you got this, and just patience. It's we have this program, the book that I'm writing now, Program from Unhappiness. That's part of the programming, wanting something more than what is. And so it's not your fault that you want more. It's the program. Who doesn't? I mean, look in the world. More. But the problem with that wanting more is that it's not the solution. We want a solution.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Any
Thank
other
you so much for
questions?
your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome
so
much. You know what? I love when, especially the young people. I love when youngsters call in, because youngsters have their whole life in front of them to. When I was 28, 29, Maribel, I wasn't even close consciously self-aware as you are. Not even close. So you youngsters, you teens, late teens and 20s and 30s, this is such a great time, because you're starting so young. Starting so young for what? Starting so young to discover the truth. The truth about happiness is a practice skill, and the more you practice, the quicker the solution. And what is the practice? Letting go of having expectations, eliminating blaming, eliminating comparing yourself to others, eliminating worrying, eliminating a lack of acceptance of self. All right, I've just gone on and on and on with this show. Well, that's the end of the show today. Thank you for listening. Reality Spirituality Radio, The Truth About Happiness, is heard every Sunday at 9 a.m. Visit my website at RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. LinkedIn, Instagram handle is Reality Spirituality. I have a couple of YouTube videos. I know. I'm working on it. Or the universe is working on it. Everything is perfect timing. My first book, Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, can be purchased on Amazon.com. My second book, coming out this year, is Program for Unhappiness. And until next week, my dear audience, I want you to remember who the hell you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. You're always evolving. You're always changing. You're always growing. Love is patient and love is kind. Be patient and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality with Global Happiness Specialist Rebecca L. Norrington. Thank you for listening, and remember, happiness is a practice skill, and your experience in every moment will reflect on what you practice. Have a conscious week.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby.